Okay. And so we're going to move on to lesson 5 for our vocal warm-ups in the successful voice thing. And I'm just going to grab my book here. My other music stand, which I usually use, is out on loan. Somebody's at a vocal workshop right now, and I'll steal that from you too. All right. I was going to say, are those anime characters on your shirt?
Yeah.
Do you like anime yourself?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you have a favorite?
Yeah.
What is your favorite?
Sailor Moon.
Oh, I love Sailor Moon. Yes, awesome. Are those Sailor Moon ones right there too?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so we are at August 11th. And so we're on lesson 5. Bear with me here. And I am almost with it. Okay, thank you for your patience. Okay, so the first thing we're going to just talk about here, again, is just common sense stuff. You've probably heard this before, but it's always good to hear it a second time. We're talking a bit about breathing. And posture is probably the #1 thing that we have to think about in singing, because our body is our instrument. Second most important is our breathing, because we are technically a wind instrument as well. It's our breath. So basically in the dark box, I know it's a bit hard to read, but it says, in order to sing properly, you need to learn to breathe correctly. Singers must take deep and relaxed breaths. When we feel that breath, we usually want to feel it traveling down to our tummy. We feel this organ called the diaphragm kind of gently stretch a little bit. It allows our lungs to fill up with just a little bit more air, and it allows these muscles, our front and our side muscles, just to expand a bit, and usually our rib cage expands a little bit as well. By doing that, we can utilize the best of our voice and avoid tenseness. And I'm sure as a dancer, you probably do work on relaxation techniques so that you don't get tense.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, so basically we're just going to sing our do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And you can look at the previous lesson if you want to see it. You are allowed to do that. And so we're going to do it ascending and descending, and our goal is to do it in one breath, which should be pretty easy to do. What we'll do is we'll just go straight up and straight down. So we'll just no repeating notes. So just kind of... And let's try it, and we'll sing it together. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Good. Try it one more time on your own.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do.
Easy. Nothing to it, and you add air to spare. Very good. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to sing 3 notes. The first note that we're going to look at is on 5A. So we're back to lesson 5. And the first note we call middle C. It's the note that kind of has the line that goes through the middle of it. So the goal, I'm going to ask you to sing the sound lu and just hold on to it as long as you feel comfortable, okay? So it's just kind of like until there's just no, and as soon as you feel like then it's time to stop the note, okay? Because I don't want you to fall over. All right, so take in a nice relaxed breath in and just let that note happen. Okay, excellent, good job. So I'm going to give you the pencil here. I would say that one you held for about 8 seconds. So exercise B, that note is a little higher. All right, so you can just set the pencil on the music stand, that's fine. This time take a deep breath through your nose and then sing your lu and see how long you can hold that one. Excellent, so I'd say about 7 for that one, good job. Did you feel like that one took a little more air to sing?
Yeah.
I find higher notes do tend to have that sometimes. Well, let's try the last one. The last one is the C above middle C, so it's this one. All right, same thing. This time breathe quietly through your mouth and then sing the lu and see how long you can comfortably hold that one. Excellent. I say that one was back to 8 again. So this is very, very good. Again, most often we don't have to hold notes for that long, but it's interesting to sort of see how that works. Something you can do when you're at home is you can challenge yourself and say, can I get 1 extra count? I wouldn't be trying for like doubling it or anything like that. I would just say, because one of the things as you continue to grow, your lungs will also grow as well. So just make sure, to me, it's like taking a healthy breath and using the breath. If I kind of try to hold it, it's like I get stuck. So I really do want to use that. All right, so the next part we're going to look at is we're going to look at this one called clapping and counting. So the first thing I'm going to do is just ask you to take your pencil again. Last week we learned about 1 and 2 beat notes. So the half note that's not colored in goes 1, 2. The quarter notes, which are colored in, just get a 1 under them. So if you can write the counts under each note first off. All right, so what we're going to do is basically just clap it. Let's do it together right away. So I'm just going to count to 2 and we'll try clapping together. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. Now try it on your own. Got it. Okay. And then let's move over the page. So over the page, we are now adding another type of note, which I'm sure you've seen at some point before. It's called the whole note. It kind of looks a bit like a donut or a round ball or a sphere, that sort of thing. Just so you know, when you have to draw whole notes, simply drawing an oval is fine. You don't have to do like the dark points on the left and right sides or anything like that. So a whole note receives 4 beats. So if we were doing that, we would hold our hands together for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all there is to it. If we were singing this, say we were do, re. Try singing do, re, and mi, and we'll hold each one for 4 beats.
Do, re.
And you are allowed to take a breath too if you want. That's good. Yep, awesome. So your job, we can do this together right now. Practice drawing whole notes on the staff. Again, just like before, draw 3 whole notes, and you can do them on the same lines, different lines or spaces, whatever you prefer. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is, same as we've been doing before, write the counts under each note for the next exercise. So the whole note gets a 1, 2, 3, 4. The half note gets a 1, 2. Quarter notes just get 1s, and then there's a whole note at the end, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you can go ahead and do that, and then after that, we'll clap it together. I know it's not the most ideal table to write on. All right, so let's just try it together right off the bat. I'm going to count to 4 before we start. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. Last but not least is just practicing drawing a few of the different types of notes again. We have quarter notes, half notes, and whole notes. And as always, I just usually say draw 3. They can be same lines, different lines, spaces, whatever you prefer. So 3 quarter notes, 3 half notes, 3 whole notes. And we're good to go with our warm-ups there. Good to go? All right. My next question, before I get into the songs, are you planning next Tuesday for 6 o'clock again? Okay, I'll mark that down at your book as well. So next lesson, Tuesday, August the 18th at 6 p.m. What song do you want to sing first tonight?
Beat the Bird.
Sounds good to me. And how comfortable do you feel with me trying it from memory? Comfortable? Awesome. Okay, let's give this a go. I think I put this in the keyboard as well, so I'd like to be your audience if that's okay. Yep, so just bear with me here. All right, and as we did before, if you can sort of sing towards the sun and the moon there on the windows right there, you can kind of get into your character, take a nice deep breath in, and here comes your music.
Early each day to the steps simple and few. Listen, listen, she's calling to you. Feed the birds, tuppence a bag, tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag.
Good job, Kimmy. Wow. That was a star quality performance. I really enjoyed it. I thought you put just the right kind of expression in. It wasn't overdone, which I think when we sing a song by itself, we don't want to overdo it. If you were in the show, you could probably act a little bit more. But I think as a standalone song, and I liked your smile, I liked that you kept your eyes up, and I could see you really breathing well as well. So I could really see that good breathing happening throughout. Your tuning and rhythm and everything, and the words were very clear. There wasn't a single word that I had to kind of look and think, what word is she singing right there? I got them all. So I thought that was a really star quality performance. So definitely one to keep. You never know when there could be a music theater, or like I say, if they ever did Mary Poppins around here, you could definitely audition. Now, I know I got some stickers that are bird stickers, and this one needs a bird sticker, or possibly a couple. So just let me locate where I put those. I know I just put them in yesterday, so I just have to find them. Well, I thought I did. I'm sure I did. Got loads of sheets in here. Let's see. I definitely have one bird already, but I was sure I had a whole page of birds. Cats. Not good for the birds. Where are you silly bird stickers? Frogs, grapes. Well, I have different types of birds, but I thought I had more birds. So you can have two, your choice. Absolutely. And you can put it either on your music or on your binder, and one of these ones. Kind of pretty. I like that one too. I think these ones are called lovebirds, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember when I was in Arizona a couple of years ago, that these little yellow ones that are here, they lived in the trees. Like, you know how like people here would have them in cages, but there they were living, and you could see them kind of flitting around, and they were so pretty. Now, once you put the stickers on there, if you can take the pencil again and just put a check mark on Feed the Birds so you know that that one is in good shape. Really lovely work. Awesome. All right, what are you feeling next? Santa Lucia, Scales and Arpeggios, or I See the Light?
Santa Lucia.
Sounds good. All right, so I think what we'll do today is we'll do the accompaniment for the song, okay? And if you need some help with this one is one of those ones that's kind of a little like if you're going Sul mare Lucia, the piano accompaniment kind of goes Sul mare Lucia. It kind of plays your notes, but not always. So if you need help, I promise I'll help you out, okay? I also want to put this onto the CD as well, so I'm going to play the piano ultra loud. My apologies. You just sing normally, okay? And if you, like I say, if you do need help with words, I will help you out, okay? Here comes the music. Yeah, no worries whatsoever, Kimmy. You did just fine. All right, so let me just shut the recorder off, and then I won't have to play the piano quite so loud. Okay, so I thought you did a great job. The first verse I felt really good with. The only spot I would check on is the top of page 20. I think we chatted about this last week. The first time you have to sing the Santa Lucias, the second one is going to go a little lower than we expect. So it kind of goes Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia. Try that out with me, just that little spot there. Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia. Now, I'm not sure, did I ask you to make a little mark there last week on the notes, or? Okay, so what I do is if I need to remember that that note goes lower, on that second Santa Lucia, which is this one right here, just draw a little arrow pointing down. So just a little arrow pointing down, and that can be your reminder that that first one is the low one. I want to try it one more time, both Santa Lucias. Here we go. Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia. Awesome. And then I thought that second verse still is probably not quite as strong as the first verse. You still did fine. Let's just practice over the second verse one more time. So, con questo zefiro.
Con questo zefiro, così sopra oh come bello, star sulla nave. Con questo zefiro, così sopra oh come bello, star sulla nave. Sopra
Here's that lower one. Santa Lucia. And then the ending, we're going to get a little louder and slower. Take a nice deep breath here. So after that one, I would go like this. Santa Lucia. And then start to slow it down. Santa. Then it makes the ending a bit easier. Just try those last Santa Lucias again. Santa Lucia. Relaxed breath. Santa Lucia. Did you find it a bit easier to hold on that time?
Yeah.
Try it once more just on your own, those last two Santa Lucias.
Santa Lucia.
Nice deep breath.
Santa Lucia.
Yeah, there you go. So then we feel like we have a little more control over the ending there. I think other than that, I think things are shaping up beautifully for that one. So I know that this one is probably asking a lot, and I don't expect that it has to be by next Tuesday, but I would maybe start working on memorizing this one. I have a feeling the first verse you probably know quite well already. Now, out of curiosity, what kind of, do you do some French in school already? In school? A little bit, okay. How would you say your speaking is in French? Just okay, or a little bit, or?
I'd say it's
Pretty good, yeah. So I think because you had mentioned that memorizing things comes pretty easily, this is a great way to challenge yourself. For you to be able to say again that you can memorize a song that's in a totally different language, I think is a good, definitely a credit to what you're doing. So work away at it. Sometimes you just kind of have to go through, like obviously the Santa Lucias will be super easy to sing. And the nice thing about the lyrics, I'm sure you caught on, is there's lots of repetition. So if you have to sing Con questo zefiro, we know later you get to sing Con questo zefiro. All right, I feel great with Santa Lucia. Good job. And let's keep going. What would you like to do next?
Scales and arpeggios.
You know it. Absolutely. All right, so this one we need to put an accompaniment on too. And so again, I will play the piano just a tad on the louder side here. Bear with me here. And hopefully I won't make too many mistakes because this one moves along very quickly. So scales and arpeggios are tricky for the fingers as well. Okay, so let's give this a try here. And I'll just sing with you if you need help along the way, okay? Here we go. I think you've done an impressive job with it. It's a very busy song, especially when it gets into that second verse. Do mi, so mi, do mi, so mi, fa, la, so it goes. I almost would speak it a couple of times. Do mi, so mi, do mi, so mi, fa, la, so it goes. Try just saying those lyrics that they're at the top of the second page.
Do mi, so mi, do mi, so mi, fa, la, so it goes.
Try it once more, just speaking it.
Do mi, so mi, do mi, so mi, fa, la, so it goes.
Now try singing it.
Do mi, so, do mi, so, do.
It's weird. Try it in slow-mo. Try it in slow-mo. Maybe we'll go. Do mi, so mi, do mi, so mi, fa, la, so it goes. And I've got another idea. As you were speaking it, you were probably really feeling it on your lips. This time sing it slowly and feel what the does and the ms and the s feel like.
Do mi, so mi, do mi, so mi, fa, la, so it goes.
Now try it faster. I bet it'll be easier.
Do mi, so mi, do mi, so mi, fa, la, so it goes.
Already better. One of the interesting things, and I sometimes forget myself to do this, but I'm learning little by little, is that, I'm sorry, if you wonder what I'm doing, I'm saving that music into the keyboard so I can be your audience as well. When we are singing, we're doing so many things with our bodies, it's sometimes to forget what it actually feels like. So sometimes, I don't know if you've ever had to do this before, being that I know that you dance, have you ever just had to stand there and maybe your instructor just says, can you feel your feet? Can you feel your hands? Just like that, just kind of thing, and focus on breathing. So sometimes if I just say to myself, can I feel my lips and my teeth and my tongue talking? All of a sudden it makes it easier to do. So just that sort of a way of bringing the awareness into what we have to do. I thought overall you did a great job with the song. It's very exciting and it's so much fun. It's very, very lighthearted and fun. Well, let's come on to I See the Light. And if you don't mind, again, I want to do a melody today. So I'm going to do it one more time, some loud playing on the piano, but you just sing.
Okay.
Yeah. How did you make out trying the song out this week?
I think I did.
Felt pretty good?
Yeah.
Would you feel pretty comfortable to sing it on your own? Do you want me to sort of sing with? You feel comfortable to sing it on your own? Awesome. Okay, so I will just sing, or I'll just sing if you need some help, okay? Here comes the music. fabulous job with it. So I think you've got the right thing happening with the music, and that's the first time you've ever tried doing it probably without hearing other people singing along with you as well. So I'm very impressed. Well, I think what I'd like to do to finish off is I actually want to give you another new piece to look at today. So I always find the summer is a great time to look at new songs. And when you came for us to meet the very first time, I remember you saying maybe to me. There's another song, great song from Annie called You're Never Fully Dressed Without a Smile. Do you know that one?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that would be a really good one because knowing that you dance as well, there is the potential that you could include some dance with it as well. And this one is kind of like, it's almost like a sort of a kick line kind of a song, very sort of razzle-dazzle. And so the first thing I think I should do before I sing it for you is, the words are very old-fashioned, so I'm going to ask you to speak the lyrics and I'll try to help you with them if there are any weird words.
Hey, hobo man.
Do you know what a hobo is? Kind of like a transient, so hey, hobo man. So maybe, and because Annie's in New York, have you seen the movie Annie?
Yes.
Yeah, so you know Annie, she's kind of come from a poor neighborhood, but now she's with Daddy Warbucks. So there's Hobo Man, who's kind of like on that side of the tracks, and then there's Dapper Dan, who you're going to say next, and Dapper Dan is kind of like the person who'd be like on Fifth Avenue in New York or something. Anyways, start from the top.
Hey, hobo man. Hey, Dapper Dan. You both got your style. You both.
But brother,
you're never fully dressed without a smile. Your clothes may be
Beau Brummely is how you say that.
Beau Brummely.
And from what I did read up on it once before, and again, it's kind of like your hobo man, like very, like kind of, you know, like maybe, I don't know if you ever do this at home, like on the weekends when you're not going out. Do you ever wear something that doesn't really match up?
Not really.
Not really.
My mom never lets
Okay,
me.
well, but you've probably seen like somebody who's got
Yeah.
like purple pants on and green and brown plaid on the top, and that's Beau Brummely, okay? All right, so your clothes may be Beau Brummely. Keep going.
They stand out a mile, but brother, you're never fully dressed without a smile. Who cares what they're wearing on Main Street or
Savile Row. That's a place in New York City again.
Savile Row. It's what you're wearing from ear to ear and not from head to toe. That matters. So
Senator,
so janitor, so long for a while. Remember, you're never fully dressed without a smile.
and then we'll probably just skip the first ending and we'll go, you're never fully, and then go to number 2, dressed. Though you may wear the best, you're never fully dressed. There's no need to really do the repeat. So you know what I'm going to suggest that you do? Take your pencil and just on the first ending, just put like an X on that so we don't need to do that. Now, if you were doing this as a dance, the instrumental part, like you could do the second time and do kind of a tap or some sort of a routine and then kind of come back into the singing. Anyways, this one it's a really fun piece. If you do remember the tunes, sing with me. All right, and I'm going to pop it onto the disc. All right, here we go.